care of that.
My supplies arrived. Thank you, my friends. Here's half of what...
Jane Cassinder must have roused the people of Stonebridge to a great fury. This place was torn apart. Again and again grows tiresome. There must be a better way, yes? Oh, a secret causeway entrance. I wonder what sort of illicit uses this might be put to. This must be the causeway entrance then.
Katarina, take the causeway back to Rukenval. Tell Odo and Martin that we've reclaimed the chapel.
Martin and Odo will be surprised to see me, no? I'll return as soon as I...
This place, it hasn't changed so much.
We heard rumors of a battle in the swamp. Royalists against Jane Cassinda. What news? You weren't caught up in any trouble, I hope.
This is Katarina, Hugh Montbaron's daughter.
The half-blood girl. We know her.
I had a dream of a golden-haired child. I know better than to ignore such a sign.
The Radiant Youth? Again? He's never taken such an active hand before. He's guiding us, giving hints of whom we can trust.
The rumors of a battle were true. Most of the royal...
Devonsey.
30 years ago, Finn Devonsey was one of us. And he called himself by a different name. A Legion.
He called himself...
Bohemond. An old and respectable name. He wasn't born to the Legion, so he took the name after he joined.
When the Legion was accused of murdering the king, Devonsey renounced his vows and quit the Legion. Insisted that the charges were true. Stubborn man, strong conscience, best tactical mind in the Legion.
Devonsey has Legion blood.
He might speak on our behalf at least. Convince the Queen. If we seal an alliance with the royal court, we prove that Ebb has a future. Last I heard, the Queen had retreated.
That's where Jane will be going too. If she gets her hands on the
Devonsey mentioned the Queen more than once.
Rosalind, she'd be what? So Jane Cassinda would like nothing better than to capture the girl. With Rosalind caught or dead, resistance dries up and Stonebridge stands.
How do we...
We don't. They probably still believe.
Odo's right. They may be wary of us, but we have truth.
What's the fu...
Glitterdelf Mine is a long march. Take the causeway instead. The Legion had an outpost not far from the mines. Must have been a causeway there.
We'll try to find the royal court then.
The Meisters, the merchant lords of Stonebridge.
Friends, these people believe Jane's lie.
No reason to think they won't, if we show ourselves worthy of trust. At least the Meisters could tell us if any Legionnaires survived.
So the Meisters govern
Nobility? Stonebridge calls itself a republic now, ever since the old king died, and the people drove out the last Lord Mayor.
Any idea where I...
Probably at the old mayoral office, on the main square. I'm told it was
Stonebridge has an army of automatons, and it hasn't been touched by...
True. And they are just...
Up to you. Martin and I...
begging your pardon, but I was asked to speak to you. To tell the truth, the circumstance...
All right. Tell me why you're here.
Years ago, I served as butler to a Legion commander, Etienne Dumarnet. When the Legion fell, it was said that my employer died in Stonebridge, killed by Jane and her mobs. But that was a lie. Dumarnet fled north, to the Abbey of St. Hiram, at the edge of the Erinoy Desert. He was seeking something there, but he never told me what it was.
Do you have any idea?
No. But the Abbey was built upon an ancient site. Dumarnet's family could trace their line back to the founding of Ebb. Perhaps they knew something about the place that other...
After all these...
I must confess, I assumed he was dead. A few nights ago, I had a... He assured me that Dumarnet had reached the Abbey. The boy said that he is still there, waiting for his comrade.
You're sure?
He spoke of you by name. The boy was no mere dream. I believe that Dumarnet may still be alive, and
We don't abandon our own.
The Abbey is a long way from here. Many weeks on.
Ah, another branch of the causeway, yes?
Then I've done as the child asked. If you find Dumarnet, tell him he is not forgotten. His old retainers and friends still honor his family's name, and we will welcome his return.
Please do not litter or excrete in alleyways. Please do not litter or excrete in alleyways.
You there. You could use a better weapon. I can fold steel, craft a flintlock, or make whatever exotic weapon you desire.
30 years and they still haven't caught the dapper old gent. We all live in fear of him.
Free the Krug!
Free the Krug!
Free the Krug! Isn't it just dreadful? They've locked up an innocent creature. This is an outrage.
Krugs aren't exactly peaceful
If the Krug didn't do anything criminal, you can always judge a society by how it treats its downtrodden.
Have you thought the Krug might be sick?
My children would be safer if I locked them in the basement, but I would...
I should be going.
Carry on. Spread the...
Rejoice! The Meisters have concluded their session and the hall is now open to the rabble. Apologies. The preferred term is public.
Free the Krug!
Free the Krug!
Free the Krug!
Ah, half a minute there. You came from the chapter house, did you not? Tell me, is it true? Has the Legion returned?
Only a few of us. But yes, we've reclaimed the old chapter house.
Ha! Let them laugh at me now! Meister Wolf, with his silly dreams of radiant children and prophecies of the Legion's return.
You had a dream?
Precisely so. Not a fortnight past. I dreamt that I saw a golden-haired boy.
Tell me the rest of...
The boy led me through the city square, then up to the It was clean and bright. Lion banners snapping. Then I awoke, and there I was, standing in my underclothes, in the middle of the street. The child's idea of a joke, I dare say. Still.
You saw the radiant...
Wish I were, but no. If I'd had any Legion blood, I dare say I'd... I'm sorry, but I'm afraid not. Jane and her mobs... Be assured that I took no part in that travesty. Nor did my father, or anyone else.
I'm here to address the Meister.
An alliance? That... I'll warn you, though. They're scared. Scared of... and scared of... other things. No. The other Meisters will know you've been talking to mad old Wolf, with his secrets and conspiracies.
I'm ready to...
Capital! I shall...
Welcome to the Stonebridge Jail. Do you have business with the incarcerated?
Not at the moment.
Wasting the time of Stonebridge constables is not presently a jailable offense.
Gentlemen and goblins, order! Council recognizes the envoy from the 10th Legion.
Meister Wolf tells us that you propose an alliance. A grave matter indeed. Perhaps our colleague forgot to emphasize how deeply we value our neutrality.
A war with Jane Cascinder would risk the very life of our Republic. What do we gain by siding with the Legion?
The Royal Army's destroyed. It's only a matter of time before Jane Cascinder...
You are alone. When facing a hungry wolf, it is better to have friends, yes?
A fair point. We are reasonable fellows, and nonetheless, you can understand why...
Countless Legionnaires were murdered in our streets. People might think that you've come to seek revenge.
Just how many of you turned against the Legion?
We cannot all be Sigismund Wolf. Everyone remembers how he ran about the square, trying to put himself between Jane Cascinder and the Legionnaires.
Got himself trampled by her horse for his trouble. Very honorable conduct. A credit.
Hear, hear! But understand, those were different times. The Legion were said to be Kingslayers.
Forget the past. Those murders are 30 years gone.
Words alone are unlikely to sway our good citizens.
Nonsense! The Legion is no threat. There's far more dangerous things in this city, if you would only open your eyes.
Our colleague again speaks of the dapper old gent.
Indeed, sir, I do. You think that the trouble in the Foundry is not the work of...
The gent?
Our nemesis.
Meister Wolf, let us not turn aside from the matter at hand.
No, wait. That hardly seems fair. Force a vote now, and it will assuredly go against the Legion. I propose a recess. Let us each speak privately to the Legionnaires, so that we can reach an informed and
Sounds like a reasonable idea.
Indeed, well spoken. Council declares a recess. We shall reconvene after the Legion envoy has spoken to each...
Greetings, Legionnaire. If you've come to win my vote, don't bother. My mind is made up. Stonebridge will have no entangling alliances. So that's that. Now, if you need some little task to occupy your time, or if you have a question, perhaps I can be of service.
Why are you so...
I trust the Legion. What I don't trust is this city. It has a dark... Personally, I wish you great success in restoring the Legion, but I don't feel my vote for you is in...
Are you sure there's...
At the moment, no. But worry not, I'm sure the other Meisters... Now, I do have a task or two for you. It's not going to win over my vote, but I would... Long ago, the Legion served as the mediator of first and last resort. When an argument ran out of control, the Legion offered counsel.
That's all? I thought you might have wanted us...
Your first task is to handle a situation with a prisoner of ours. Many argue he's safer in prison. Others want him... Make your inquiries there, then tell the automaton who presides over the jail what you've decided. It's hardly dragon slaying, but if you're true to the Legion, you'll have time for small...
Welcome to the Stonebridge Jail. Do you have...
I'd like to speak to the Krug prisoner. Fiddle...
Very well. It is Meister Fiddlewick's prerogative to entrust... Please note that the Krug has been imprisoned for its own safety. It is highly unpopular with...
Krr. How did you wind up behind these bars?
Krr. Krr.
Can you understand what...
Ah, yes. Sorry about that. I've been having a terrible bout of phlegm lately. Yes, I can understand you perfectly. Why wouldn't I? Just promise me you won't do that thing where you talk slower and louder. That never works.
Where did you learn...
From my mother. Before she abandoned me. I guess when your son looks like a hideous monster, maternal compassion withers.
People seem to think you're a Krug.
I'm tired of being harassed and assaulted. This... I've thought...
I have to...
Well, let them go on thinking...
Isn't it just dreadful? They've locked up an...
You...
If the... You can always just... Carry...
Welcome to the Stonebridge Jail. I will enact whatever outcome you deem appropriate. Please
He's no Krug. He's a human.
Very well. The Krug will be set loose and monitored for...
I wasn't certain that the Legion had truly returned, but after witnessing your resolution of the plight of the oppressed Krug proletariat, it caused a great imbalance in my sanguine humors. Fairly had me bursting with them. Now then, we have much to accomplish. Shall we get started?
What do you mean by we have...
Yes, we. First person plural, in this case collective. I could lend you this excellent book on grammar. I am Reinhard Manx, scholar, inventor, and sartorial adventurer. Naturally, I also have a grounding in the classics, but more importantly to you, I am well, needless to say, it's been second only to the dream of a thaumaturgical waistcoat that can change its color and cut to match the latest season's fashion.
If you have Legion...
Oh, you mean the invitation calculated to lure all the Legion descendants into one place? You must be... One would have to be suicidal, or at least a great buffoon. Oh my, do forgive me. I should have realized. I meant no offense. But in any case, no,
How have you lived in Stonebridge all this time?
Had I trumpeted my lineage, we would have seen democracy in action. The ballot would have been what... I used to dream that the Legion would rise up from the ashes. The people of Stonebridge may have committed a terrible crime against the Legion, but I think it's time to forgive and
Forgive?
In all my studies of time, I found that you can coil it, twist it, bend it, but it always hatred can't undo the past, so what? And of course, forgiveness facilitates the open exchange of ideas.
We need everyone...
Am I with you? The answer is yes, by the way. The Legion needs to stand together, lest we fade into memory. So without further ado, let's be off.
I should thank you for resolving the matter of the Krug. Such a small...
Do you have...
Yes, I do. Baron is a wealthy landowner with... Hans has an equally compelling claim to the plot of land. Mudgutter and with the court deadlocked, both have agreed to let you settle their dispute.
Yes. I was wondering when you'd come and harass me. No doubt you're here to solicit my vote for your organization.
Let's get right to the point.
Well, you could help me alphabetize court documents. Normally, I'd have Wolf handle the situation, but it happens to involve a sizable degree of danger, and Wolf is too important to risk.
If this is the price for your
So, the matter at hand. We've had numerous reports of masked individuals hauling automatons into the... Whatever their aim, they are slowly If someone was to... enter the crypts and purge them of these criminals...
Consider it done.
Well then, if you... Are you lost? Find out.
Ah, so the Legion has come looking for my but I forget my manners. I am Rorik Castle, City Meister and Factor.
An alliance with the Legion would help protect Stonebridge.
If you wish to be of service, it's the blasted Cyclopses. They were docile workers for years, but something in them snapped and they...
We'll take care of these
Fine. Speak to my foreman, Mr.
Poor thing wasn't a Krug at all, just a terribly...
Not so fast, Legionnaire. None shall pass this gate without...
We're going to the crypts of the city.
I see. More soldiers afoot. It must be very pleasant in the crypts. Everyone who is...
So many unanswered questions of gravity. So few cats. Curse this city and its intolerance of animal cruelty.
Hey, got a second? See, I built this automaton, and if you could do me a favor, I figure it'd be last thing I need is to have the Sweatcog brand name lose it.
We'll take care of it.
Excellent. You'll just try to deal with it before it causes...
Ah, good. I thought I'd find you here. I heard the Legion was back in town. You see, I've been archiving the history of the 10th Legion in Stoke.
Go on.
I've studied the event of the local Legion's demise. Some who looted the chapter house proudly displayed their ill-gotten gain. Well, I have kept track of these pompous criminals, especially the ones who insisted they'd be buried with their trophies.
Those artifacts belong...
I've assembled a list of graves that should contain stolen property. Problem is, the crypt... Here, take my notes.
I should think a clever thief could find something less conspicuous to smuggle, yes? Stand there. What will not be Got one. Thieves? Well, at least it isn't Lescansi witches and their undead minions, yes? bridge should lead us deeper into the crypt, yes? Automatons? Here? My master has kitchen. Now let us find the leader of this gang of thieves.
spent a small fortune hiring every cut, purse, footpad, and ruffian this side of Rukenval. Great deal of good it did me.
Good idea setting up shop in the crypts. Think of all the money you saved on...
There's plenty of open graves available. Let me know where I should dump your corpses after we kill you. Enough. I know when I've met my match. Spare my life, and I'll go quietly.
You've been holding automatons into the crypts. Tell us why.
The dapper old gent hired us to abscond with the city's automatons. We tear them up, turn them over to the gent, he pays us good coin. I guess he's selling the damn things on the black market. It's hard to carry those metal brutes very far, so we set up here, in the crypts.
You kept a few of the automatons.
Got those from the gent. He must have rebuilt some of the ones we stole for him, and gave them new orders.
One more question.
Best of luck to you, friend. He's like a ghost. My men will trail him to a dead-end alley, and like that, he'll...
Constables will be coming to arrest you. If you try to run, we'll hunt.
There is more to this story than we know, I think. Why else would that thief give up the gent so readily? friend Mudgutter will be pleased to hear of this, yes?
So, my research was put...
Hello there, friends. Looking for anything in particular?
We seem to have found some.
Bless you. I was wondering what became of that shipment.
We're glad to help. If you have any more trouble,
Aye, the folks around here don't have a fine history.
Good work, my friends. Here's your payment. Now, I think someone tampered with my construct. I don't have any rivals that hate me that much, but I have
We can look into the...
All I ask is that you keep an eye. If you find such a construct, kindly bring me back. Found any sabotage? Well, look at that. Clever. Now, if you'll...
Please do not litter or excrete in alleyways. Please comply with all local laws and customs.
They're here. I'm Hans. This is Baron. We have a disagreement, and we decided we'd abide by whatever decision you make.
Indeed. Years ago, the Legion settled disputes, and Hans and I have a conundrum that Stonebridge law can't resolve.
We have a moment to listen to your dispute. Since you're both willing to abide by the decision, we'll mediate as best we can.
I purchased a parcel of land 15 years ago, and have been selling my wares for ages. The Baron here tells me I owe him rent.
You see, I bought large tracts of land back in the days of the farmer. Hans was taken by a charlatan. I certainly didn't authorize the sale.
Yes, well, you did nothing to stand up for your claim to the land. After endless talk with the barristers, we're still deadlocked.
Baron, tell...
By right of original acquisition, the law says the land is mine. I bought it first. Sure, it was human lifetimes ago, but first is first. I am an old goblin, so years pass like months for me. I didn't notice Hans had said. I think I'm being fair. He owes me rent for the last...
Hans, can you explain why exactly...
My purchase to the land was vetted and signed by the city of... But even so, I can claim the right of eminent domain. I've used the land for over 10 years, with no... I feel terrible that the Baron's land was sold out from under him. But he had ample time...
I see.
So what will it be? Is the land indeed mine? Or does the...
The land wasn't Hans's to buy, but the Baron did nothing to protect his claim. You must divide the property or buy out the other's stake.
I guess that's about as fair a ruling as you could make. Also a coward's decision. But
I can't fit my shop on half of that parcel. But I suppose I should be happy for anything.
Oh, you are a clever one. Now they will work it out themselves.
A deal is a deal. Hans, let's go figure out which half it...
Please comply with all local laws and customs. Please comply with all local laws and customs.
A human generation has gone by without the Legion here. I know you have evil to smite, so it means a lot to me and to... Here's a little something.
Back at last. Several of the automatons cost the city a fortune to build. No doubt their components sold for a hefty sum. If...
You don't think he means to sell?
Well, if he was raising money to... I hypothesize that he's trying to get a cloak.
So I trust we can...
I am a goblin of my word. Of course, you will have my vote. Legally speaking, you were deputized by a Meister to admin... And with this, our contract regarding the matter of the missing automatons is complete. Do remember that this payment is taxable income.
Of course.
Good. I'll have my assistant deliver all the necessary At some point, I'll send over an assessor to determine how much of the causeway is considered. Now, if you'll give me a moment, I'll find the sub-schedule for arcane expenses.
I appreciate your willingness to settle.
Sorry, my friends, the foundry is closed for an undefined amount of time. We do regret any inconvenience this may cause.
Meister Castle told us that your Cyclops workers have...
The Cyclopses have gone mad. They've killed a few of our foremen. We spotted goblin agitators inside as well. And if that wasn't enough, the fire elementals that power our furnaces have gotten loose.
We're ready to help.
Our attempts to parley have ended in bloodshed. You'll need to... I don't want the Cyclopses eliminated. I just want them to go back to work. The sooner the foundry is back in operation, the better. If you can restart any of...
Pardon me, I'm still a bit jumpy. What with the Cyclops revolt?
Step cautious there, Legionnaire. Several of my men never made it out of the foundry.